Hello, guys. I don't know what else to say other than I am pregnant. Yeah, so weird. Just so weird. So weird to say. But I'm very excited. This is the first time I'm posting on YouTube about it. So I don't even know where to begin. Like, I am 20 weeks pregnant, so I'm 5 months pregnant. I have about 4.5 more weeks to go, or not 4.5 more weeks, what am I talking about? 4.5 more months to go. So yeah, and I feel like these past 20 weeks took forever, because now I have 20 more to go, but it's exciting, because now half of the pregnancy was me just hiding it, but now that it's out there, it's been super exciting. Winston, I still think, doesn't know what's going on. But anyway, so I guess I'll just start from the beginning, really. But basically, I have been trying to get pregnant for almost a year, and I was using ovulation strips and everything else, and it was really disappointing when every month was just a no. I did have a positive test back in the summer in July, and then about a week later I bled and then the test was negative. So I was super early back then. I was probably maybe 5 weeks pregnant, so it was just an early onset miscarriage that I had back in the summer. But I knew, okay, I can get pregnant, because it had happened, even if it was just for that tiny little bit of time. And then, after July, it was disappointing when August was a no, September was a no, and I just kind of was like, you know what? I was like, I am done. Like, I'm done trying. This is exhausting. I was like, I'm just going to try one more time for the month of October, and if it doesn't happen, like, I'm just whatever, whatever happens. And it's crazy because my period was due around my birthday, and I was like, I'm gonna be on my period for my birthday, and this was like a day before my period was due. I just was like, I don't know, something was different. I just felt like something was different. I started getting these cramps that were not like my normal pre-period cramps. They just felt different. And for a minute, I was like, okay, maybe they're just ovarian cysts, because honestly, that's what it felt like. It felt just like ovarian cysts, because I would get those a lot. And it was just a little more intense though. And I was like, man, this is weird, but okay. So I just went with it. And then the other thing I noticed was that week, I had been using the bathroom a lot more at work. Like, usually I would only go to the bathroom like once. I'd go pee maybe once at work. Like, I just was going a lot that day, and everyone at work was kind of like, Ashley, you're going to the bathroom more than usual. And I was just like, and something told me to take a test. And so probably like a day before my missed period, I took a test, and it was one of those super cheap Walmart tests that was like 99 cents. And I swore there was like the tiniest little faint second line, but then I also was like, I don't know. I feel like my eyes are just playing games with me. So I showed my friend, and she was like, I don't know. I can barely see a line. Like, she was like, I just think that, it's too early. So I was like, you're right. And then the night on the 19th of October, the night before my birthday, I had plans to go over to my friend's house to have some drinks for my birthday and just hang out. And on the way to her house, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a pregnancy test. And I was like, I just want to take it. And at this point, my period was maybe 2-3 days late, and I went to the store and got a nicer pregnancy test, and we hung out, and then she's like, okay, are you ready to take it? I'm like, yeah. And I was like, I want you to look at it though. So I took it and I covered it with toilet paper. We waited the 3 minutes, and I was like, okay, I want you to look at it. And she looked at it, and she just, like, her eyes got big, and she covered her mouth, and she was like, and I was like, say something, and she was just shaking her head yes. And I was like, what? And she was like, Ashley, you are pregnant. And then she showed me, and I was like, I just immediately was like, what? And then I just like fell into her arms and started crying. It was such a beautiful moment. I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is unbelievable. And it was just crazy. And like, it was like 11 o'clock at night at this point, and I'm like, it is literally my birthday in 1 hour. Like, this is insane. So, oh my goodness. And then it was so funny because her and I kept looking at the lines on the test and comparing it to the box for like an hour. I was like, okay, this is it. This is ridiculous. I'm pregnant. Like, we need to stop looking at the box. And then me, with my anxiety, I went to the store on my actual birthday and bought the test that says yes or no, like the one without the lines. It just tells you straight up yes or no. And of course that came out as a yes. And I just was so happy, like literally so happy. And on my birthday that day, the next day, I had plans to go and take Winston with me to the pumpkin patch and meet my parents there. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have got to keep my mouth shut. Like, this is going to be the hardest thing ever. And it was so hard for me to be quiet. So hard for me to be quiet. But I decided, that I just wanted to wait until Christmas. So I knew I was going to be waiting a whole 2 months without saying anything, but I want it to be a special time and something they would remember. So I kept my mouth shut for 2 months and didn't tell anybody. Of course, everyone at work knew because I work in the dental field, so I had to let them know because I get exposed to certain things. So they knew, but no one in my family knew. I did tell my Aunt Tina, of course, but she kept her mouth shut for 2 months, which was awesome. So yeah, but I also didn't really want to say anything either in case it failed, and it would have been harder on me if something bad happened and I had already told everybody that I was pregnant, because then people would ask and I just would have to keep saying it. So that was also another reason why I just didn't want to. I want to wait a little bit longer. But yeah, so yeah, I'm 5 months pregnant now, 20 weeks. My belly is really tiny, but I'll take it. I will say, first trimester for me was awful. Never want to live through that again. That was awful. I was sick the entire time. Once I hit 6 weeks, because I found out I was 4 weeks when I found out. Once I hit 6 weeks of being pregnant, I was sick. I was super nauseous, barely eating anything, literally. Had zero energy. The fatigue and nausea was just awful. Like, I would literally want to just cry. I'm like, it was just not fun. But then once I hit about, I'd say 14 weeks, it went away. Like, the nausea and all that went away once I was about 14 weeks. And now I'm able to just kind of eat like normal. I'm not like super hungry yet. Like, I'm not getting that like, I need this kind of thing, but my appetite's back to how it was before. It's just normal. That was literally the only thing that stunk. Was the first trimester was just awful for me. And before my parents knew I was pregnant, I remember coming over to their house one time and they looked so worried because I came and I was pale as anything. I looked sick and I was just having an awful day and they had no idea. And I was so nervous they were going to catch on, but they didn't. They just thought I was not. They're worried about me not eating enough. And I was like, no, it's fine. And then a month later when I told them, I was able to explain it. But yeah. So my due date right now is July 1st, but she may come earlier and be a end of June baby. I don't know. I guess we'll see. So yeah, and I've just been enjoying the process now that I feel better. I've been working out and everything really slowly. We're putting the nursery together. We still have a lot more to do. We gotta paint and everything else. I have my baby shower in 2 months, which I'm really looking forward to. I've been loving my pregnancy pillow I've been sleeping with. That's been awesome. I've been trying to drink more water. Honestly, the only thing, like, second trimester is awesome. Like, you get all your energy back. I will say, though, because I work 10-hour days, I will say I am extremely exhausted by the end of my shift. Like, I'm done for the day. So I will say that has been level of exhaustion. I am more tired at the end of my shift than normal. And then the only other 2 symptoms for second trimester would be heartburn, which isn't every day I get it, it's just sometimes. And then I will say every single day that I am working on my feet, I get awful sciatica pain. So I've been trying to stretch to help with that. But I am having a girl. I'm having a baby girl. I'm super excited. I cannot wait to meet her. Like, cannot wait to meet her. I feel her kick. Mike was able to feel her for the first time yesterday, kick. So she's definitely moving around in there. And I have my 20-week anatomy scan this week, so I'm super excited for that because I'll be able to see her and her little face and everything. But yeah, my belly is not that big. It's like, this is where we're at right now. It's a little belly, but we'll get there. But my plan is I do want to vlog a little bit throughout this pregnancy, so I am gonna try to do a few vlogs while I'm pregnant. And I would also at the end like to do a birthing vlog if things go smooth enough. So fingers crossed for that. But yeah, just wanted to put this out there and just document this journey for me since it's my first pregnancy. And yeah, I'm just really excited. I literally cannot wait, and I've just been loving going to Target and looking at girls' clothes. That has been so much fun. So yeah, hopefully I'll be posting something soon. But anyways, I'm out, guys. I'm getting tired already, so peace.